Hi, my name is Paul, and I help young people that are struggling with anxiety in London. Why does Alex Hormozi say that anxiety alleviates through action? So, action alleviates anxiety. Why does Alex Hormozi say this? So, I was watching a lot of Alex Hormozi's videos, and he always says that people need to take action if they want to feel less worried or less concerned about the future, especially for people that are in business. So if you're like a business owner and you're going, or you want to become a business owner, or you want to become an entrepreneur, and you have a lot of anxious thoughts, or you are not as productive as you want to be, taking action can alleviate the anxiety or the anxious thoughts or the feelings that you get. Most people in their mind, whilst they're anxious, they're mostly concerned about why are other people doing better than me? Why can I not achieve this thing? Now, yes, action is amazing and it's amazing that you want to take action, but what are you taking action on? Because if you look back at the last 10 days, yes, you may have made a video, or yes, you may have taken action on something, but if you're doing the same thing every single day and not actually like trying to improve from yesterday, then essentially you're going to remain the same. You'll stay in the same place. If you're not trying to improve your videos, improve the way you talk, improve your health, your physical health, mental health, then yesterday will just remain the same. You'll keep being fixated on why am I why am I not better than the other people? If you see a business owner putting 16 hours let's just say every day into his business, and he sleeps for 8 hours, so 24 hours of his day is completely productive. If you know someone like this and you want to achieve the things they've achieved, what does that mean? What do you have to do now? You have to put in 17 hours. You have to put in 18 hours. You need to work harder than that other person if you want to achieve the same things they have. You can't work on a business for 1 week, not even put in 4 hours, and expect the result of putting in 20 hours. Some people will literally sit in their house or go outside and work on something or a project for 20 hours, for 20 complete hours. And apparently, I was watching like a TED talk. If you put 20 hours into something, you've essentially not mastered, but you've learnt that thing proficiently. So you can actually like teach someone how to do this thing. I wouldn't say you're like an expert, but you can actually teach someone how to do that thing and you can do it reasonably good. So if you haven't put 20 hours into anything, then don't expect to be good at that thing. So that's just a nice little gentle reminder. If you haven't put 20 hours in something, then you suck at that thing, essentially. That's just the moral of the story. Yes, there are some people that are like naturally gifted at certain things, and the minute they touch it, it just turns into gold and they just see success. But what is the likelihood that you're going to win the lottery and just be the best performer in this thing? And let's say you do become, lucky or successful at this thing. If you put your foot off the gas and you don't work on that thing, you're just gonna get worse, or you'll allow other people to overtake you. It's like riding a bike. Yes, you may learn how to ride a bike and now you know how to ride a bike, but if after 10 years you haven't ridden a bike, what's gonna happen? You're going to need to refresh your memory. As you get on the bike, you start to remember, okay, I need to pedal, or I need to lean to the side, I need to keep balanced, I need to be more self-aware, because then you could drop on the floor or you could start making mistakes. So it's always good to refresh your memory, but also ensuring that if you practiced something yesterday and now you have another opportunity to practice it today, make sure that, yes, you implement the things that you've done previously, but also try to Because obviously, naturally, the more you do something, even if it's just the same thing, you just get better at doing that thing. But to get to the next level, to get to the next step, and this is essentially taking action alleviates anxiety, because if you're doing the same thing and, if you're taking the action that needs to be served. So let's just say, for example, if you need to improve your mental health because you keep getting anxious thoughts, the best thing for you would be to breathe. There are other things as well, like sleep. But in this, let's just say you've rested well, you've had a great diet, and you're still getting these thoughts. The best thing for you would be to exercise. Obviously, exercising improves your blood flow, circulation, increases your heart rate. You start to sweat, you feel better, you improve your aerobic and cardiovascular endurance. But then also practicing meditation can allow that blood flow to flow through your body, can lower your heart rate, can bring your mind at peace and negate or reduce the thoughts that come to mind. And in doing so, your heart rate reduces, your thoughts start to slow down, and you don't get as many rapid thoughts. So just focus on that one thing and do that same thing every day, rather than, trying to do as many things as possible. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do some calisthenics workout, I'm going to... Like, if your primary focus is mental health, why would you go improve your creativity? Why would you go do something else that's not like actually like on that specific thing? If you know you need to improve your mental health, read books, reduce the dopamine, the things that are like overstimulating, so like games, fast food, sugary drinks, sweets. Reduce anything that gives you a lot of dopamine, because this won't improve your mental health. Breathe, sleep, take supplements, listen to content that is around mental health. So if you know you need to improve your mental health, why would you go watch entertainment videos? Now, I'm not saying, obviously, oh, never watch an entertainment video again, stop watching TikTok, stop eating bad food. I'm not saying don't do these things, because it's your life. You choose, you make that action, you make the decision. But if you really want to like fix something and you want to go all in and you want to actually see a result, then you need to take a step back, focus on one thing and just zoom in on that one thing, and then just keep improving on that one thing every single day. So if you know you have anxiety, literally watch my videos every single day, join my Discord, ask me questions, watch other content creators that make similar videos, read books about anxiety, seek a therapist, try to have more calming and relaxing activities in your daily routine. Also try to exercise, have hobbies associated around socializing, and also improving your health. If you know you stress a lot about, like, you have a lot of things that stress you out, focus on completing activities that are stressing you out one by one, and slowly you'll start to unravel that stress. If you know it's a difficult conversation you need to have with someone, then have that conversation. Speak to that person. It might be 2 minutes in your mind. Just say, okay, I'm just going to call this person for 2 minutes and just have this quick conversation. And before you know it, you'll call that person and end on a high and improve your relationship with that person. Or it might be a terrible conversation and you guys fall out. But who cares at the end of the day? You've had that difficult conversation and you've removed that clot from your brain that just keeps stressing you out. people that suffer from anxiety, and I say people, obviously everyone has some form of anxiety at different points and stages in their life, but I do understand that it's not easy for the people that do suffer from it on an extreme level. People that have panic attacks, they can't socialize, they sweat, they tremble. I do understand it's difficult to just say one day I'm going to get rid of these things and then to take action on them because you've never done it or you've never tried or you're afraid or you're in fear that if I do this thing, what if something wrong happens? I do understand you can get these thoughts, but when you get these thoughts that overcrowd your mind with questions that make you feel more anxious, the best thing you can do is slow those thoughts down by taking a deep breath. And I always say if you want to take like a good deep breath, sit back. Obviously, if you want, you can have your eyes closed if you want to do it for like 5 minutes. But sit back, relax, keep your body calm. Try to notice how your body's feeling first, because you might have pain or you might be stressed in a certain area. So usually like when I'm really stressed out and I'm about to meditate, I'd be like sitting down and I'd just be worrying, and not really worrying, but like not focused 100% or entirely. But when I, sit back and I really just close my eyes and just focus on the thoughts that I'm having in my mind, and then I take that first deep breath whilst my belly comes out. So as I'm taking the deep breath in, my belly starts to come out, and then follows my chest. Usually I take 2 inhales. So the first one will be a long, and then I follow it with a second one just to get any more that I can put in, any more oxygen I can put into my body. So I'll give you an example. So I take the first deep breath. And then you just repeat that. So you take the first deep breath, nice long deep breath, and then you take a second deep breath. This one might be very short, but you're just trying to fill the lung capacity to maximum. You can hold if you want for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then you just take a nice, very nice, slow, deep exhale and just breathe out. The best way for me personally to breathe out is to breathe through my mouth and just breathe usually like with a pursed lip, or pursed just means you're leaving a little gap. Like the smaller the gap, the less air that comes out, and obviously the less air that comes out, the longer the breathe out, and obviously the longer the breathe out, the more relaxation. So I hope I didn't lose you there. So the smaller the gap of like your lip or even your nose, some people like to exhale through their nose, which is absolutely fine. But for me, I just prefer to do the exhale with my mouth because I can actually exhale longer. And usually if I have a smaller gap, so like almost like you're about to kiss someone, some people do that. But however you want to, make the gap as small as possible. So usually just a small gap, and then you just release it. Just release it all out. And then you go back to breathing in again, taking a second deep breath, hold if you want, and then breathe out. And just keep doing that for like 2 minutes a day. And you will just notice, even whilst doing it, whilst taking this deep breath, it's called a sigh, a prolonged sigh. Dr. Andrew Huberman was saying it. I forgot the first word, but it's like a sigh. And this sigh is essentially just releasing all the pressure in your body. And also it's de-stressing you. So the action to alleviate the anxiety, the action could be breathing. Imagine all you did, or all you took away from my videos, was just to take deeper breaths and to take more consistent breaths throughout your day and every day. That alone, I truly do believe that alone will fix your anxiety, because if you're in a calm state, you're more likely to take more conscious, positive decisions, as opposed, or whereas, or on the other hand, if you didn't focus on breathing. So let's say you did everything else I told you, but you never focused on the deep breathing. Whilst taking the action on these things, so let's say I told you go and socialize. If you didn't take these deep breaths consistently, you would show up to that event or that setting anxious, not calm. So like, you'll feel uneasy, you'll have a lot of thoughts on your mind, you'll be a little bit jittery. You might almost feel like, has there ever been a time where you were around people and you had to put on a fake smile? You had to like sorry, my voice is like glitching. You had to put on like a fake emotion, and it makes you feel so weird, like almost like you're smiling but your smile's like, it's like shaking. Like, there's times where I smile, and it doesn't really happen frequently, but there's some times where like I smile, like force myself to smile, and I can start feeling like a tremble on my lip, like on the curves of my lip, where like I'm smiling and it's like shaking. And that is a great indicator of stress, of anxiety. If any body part, if any like body part on you, when you try to, I don't know, if you open your chest, or let's say whatever happens, if a body part starts to shake, this could mean that you need to improve your body posture, or you need to take a deep breath, and you need to do it often, because even your body gives you an indication that we need more oxygen. You don't supply us with enough oxygen. Because all these shallow breaths, like, just take like normal breathing, like subconsciously breathing. When you take shallow breaths, you're not filling every single area with oxygen, the right oxygen your body needs. So that's why I highly emphasize breathing so much. I truly do believe if everyone could just breathe and take action on their breathing and deep breaths, more conscious breaths, the world would be a better place, a place full of people that are self-aware. And that's just the first step. I think if you could focus on the foundation, if you can be an expert on the foundational things, when it comes to more advanced things like socializing or having public meetups, maybe even speaking in front of a crowd of people, these type of things will be a lot easier for you, because you've taken care of the foundational things. It's almost like if you compare two children that are like, let's say 15, the way they act is dependent on their childhood, so their foundation. If they were raised in a community or an environment where they were, let's say child A was showed a lot of love, and his parents always answered his questions, they were very supportive. In the morning, they made breakfast every single day, gave him a hug or a kiss on his cheek every day before school, and just showed him that love, never shouted at him, never raised a hand at him, just showed him love. I'm not saying they spoiled him with money, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying emotionally they took care of him, and also they showed him love physically, and they always brought him up, like spoke positive to him, always lifted him up, like, you are a great son, I love you, you know I love you, right? Tell me you love me back. Like little things like that, just improving his self-confidence. And then child B, let's say the parents or his environment was around people that didn't really speak to him much. So he felt lonely and he had to do a lot of things by himself. And he wasn't told every morning, I love you, or come give me a hug, or a kiss on the cheek. Breakfast wasn't made every morning. He had to make it himself, or let's say he didn't. Child A would have had a great foundation because he has this love, this unconditional love that he can share with other people, and he will radiate this love. He's more likely to take the deep breaths subconsciously, whilst child B probably takes a lot of shallow breaths, probably has a lot of anxious thoughts, feels lonely, worries about things. That's why I promote breathing as the foundational step to alleviating anxiety. When you look at Alex Hormozi, do you think he doesn't take deep breaths? He doesn't have cold showers, has a good diet, has a team of people that show him love, and he shows love to them? Absolutely not. He definitely has people that reduce his anxiety. He's set up a lifestyle to not increase anxiety, but to take action to alleviate it. Look at any other famous person or successful rich person like Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. Do you think they get anxious about thoughts in their mind? Do you think they get anxious about anything really? They probably don't. And if they do get anxious, like they have so much money that it won't be an extreme case of anxiety. The only like real problem that I can see like a famous or successful person getting anxious about is if they've done something terrible and it's headlining on the news and like everyone now thinks this person's a bad person and they're getting like flooded with hate emails or messages. Or let's say your success is built around taking the piss or pranking other people in the world. When you become famous now, having all these people that hate you or send you hate messages, or you see your comments are just filled with a lot of hate, these type of people probably get anxious, even just leaving the house because they don't want to bump into like an enemy or someone that doesn't or dislikes them. Obviously, for me, I would have less anxiety if I had 100,000 subscribers and 99,000 of those subscribers knew me for bringing or creating value to the society or to the community, because I know that I've brought people value. I've helped people to defeat a massive thing that a lot of people struggle with. So I know I can't get anxiety from that. I know I can sleep well every night. I know that even if paparazzi were to like flood me, it would be for a good thing. Like, how do you feel helping all these people? These are the type of questions they'd ask me. Yeah, it would be annoying, uh, like being stopped for an autograph every couple seconds. But I'd be less likely to be super successful and famous because I'm creating value. And I'd rather be successful and famous in a niche that is educational and brings value to people and helps other people than be in a niche that takes the piss out of other people. There's a lot of hate, swearing, and negativity. Yeah, it might be entertaining to a lot of people, but likelihood is people will share those videos and a lot of people will hate you. And no one will really gain value from your video. They'll just binge watch your video and not actually gain anything from it. I want to create content where people watch my content and they actually gain value from watching it. That's why I make these long form content videos. No editing, no overstimulation, no music in the background, just me, the camera, and you watching, and I'm just giving you as much value as possible. You think Alex Hormozi makes videos that doesn't bring people value? Look at the last 10 videos Alex Hormozi brought out. Show me one video where there's no value in the video, and then get back to me on that. Now go on iShowSpeed, another influencer or content creator. iShowSpeed, if you go on the last 10 videos, show me one video where he's created value. Probably none. Probably no video he's made has brought value to the community. And who is his audience? His audience are young people that are aged, let's just say 10 to 20, 10 to 18. His audience are most likely young children that aspire to be like him. But he does such degenerate things, like sometimes he acts like a dog and he just woofs. He gets overly energetic and just starts jumping around, getting angry, breaking things. He very like autistic level content sometimes that he makes, and that's what he provides for his audience. And a lot of people like him, but he does also have a lot of people that dislike him. But it's not about that, obviously, but it's more about the value that he brings to society. And the value he brings to society is very small, but he has a wide audience. So in the future, if he continues in this path, he will be known for someone that's great at entertainment but brought no value to society. So for me personally, I'd have less anxiety knowing I've brought educational, valuable content. I've helped thousands or millions of people with a specific thing to overcome it, as opposed to bringing out entertainment, funny videos that will make people laugh, but they don't actually gain anything from it, any value from it. They don't overcome any challenges from it. They aren't inspired by the content that has been made. I'd rather inspire people and change their lives than just bring you some laughs. So guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Make sure you check out the Discord. It will be the first link in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you share this video with a friend or family member that truly wants to overcome anxiety. Tell them just check out all my videos. It's been your boy Khadar. I love you guys all, and we out.